Hey guys, thanks for stopping by to see what I'm up to today. Today I want to clear up a few things and show a better picture than I did last time. One of my viewers made a comment today that they had used my video to make a decision about the radio. And in my last video, my display wasn't working really well. I had the 2x2 header, female header or the female header that comes for the radio that fits in this part of the board, connects the lower board with the upper board. I didn't get it by accident. I got 3 buttons but no header, and that's an understandable mistake. They kind of look alike when you just glance at them. But anyway, I had jury-rigged a system of wires, and I hadn't done it right, so my display looked awful. Today I'm using a battery bank. It's a Volescence battery bank, and I'm using it at 9 volts, and it may shut off from time to time, and I'll splice the video together. The radio is not drawing enough amps to convince the battery that it needs to be on. So it's a smart battery and it shuts itself off. But anyway, let's go with this first button, which is mode, band, on and off. And as you see, long press turns it on or shuts it down. And for a second here, let's talk about this. So if I shut it off, it says shut down. If I turn it on, this screen is the splash screen, and it's customizable. I don't know if it's in this firmware, if it's going to be in the next firmware. But anyway, so long press of this button turns the radio off and on. One click changes the mode. So as you see, one click, I go from CW to Digi. Double click, and it changes the band. Oh. There you can see it. If I get that right, I get my timing right. Change the band with the double click. So single click mode, double click band, long press, on and off. This button, one click, changes the key or speed. And anyone familiar with the QRP-Labs radios has seen this before, but a single click allows you to get right at the speed and change it. Double click goes to receive incremental tuning. So we're able to change it, get a better, hear our what we're receiving a little bit better, and then double click and it'll stay, it'll stay that way. Double click and it'll stay that way. So double click for RIT. Nope, that's not the right, sorry. Bear with me, guys. Double click for RIT. Change it how you want. Double click to make it stay. And that's me, it's not the radio, guys. If you want the receive incremental tuning to go away, double click, change it to 0, and then double click again and it goes away. That's not the radio, guys, that's me, I promise. Now, a long press on this menu button, so it's key or RIT menu, and you go into the menu. The first menu item, so there are 8 menu items. So the first one is presets. Press it once, it goes into presets. There are 16 presets, and here's just an example of what your presets can be. Press this button to back out of there. Presets number 1, go to messages. You can have 12 messages. There's 14 menu items, but you can have 12 messages. 2 of the menu items are interval of the messages and how many repeats you want. Then you begin with your message. So I have CQ, CQ, this is me. Then CQ POTA, this is me. Back out. That was messages. Now go to keyer. Here you can have, we'll select it, straight key, iambic A, iambic B, automatic, or straight key. Keyer 2 is keyer swap, whether you're right-handed or left-handed or however you do your key. Keyer wait, auto space, semi-QSK, practice, which I have mine on practice right now, and what that does is it allows you to use this radio as a keyer, a practice tone generator, sorry, not tone generator, a practice CW generator, and that's the little P right there stands for. That way I'm not transmitting, I'm not accidentally transmitting, and I can tap away with my CW or paddle away, and nothing is going to transmit from the radio. So let's see, did we look at everything in the keyer? Straight mode both, I don't quite know what 3.9 means. Side tone volume 99, side tone frequency 650, and that we had the practice. So let's back out of the keyer and go to decoder. A lot of you aren't going to be using the decoder, but if you choose to use the decoder, noise blank 10, speed average 7, amplitude average 60. So enable RX means decode any received CW. Enable TX means decode any sent CW. Enable edit, don't know what that means. VA, do not know what that means. And we'll back out of this. So that's the decoder. Beacon. So there are several types of beacon. Mode, CW beacon, whisper beacon, or FSK CW beacon. What frequency you're going to beacon at, the frame, and the start. You have to go to Hans's instructions. It's basically how often it transmits, it beacons, and when it starts to beacon, which can make a difference if there's any frequency congestion. Whisper call, sometimes with Hans's radios, there's a specific way that this has to be set up. And whisper location and power. And you can set the time either manually or I believe with the GPS. And that's the beacon. Other. CW reverse. This allows you, remember I was having problems with the double click speed. This sets the double click sensitivity. Battery on. How much power your battery is holding. So in other words, when your battery is full, what's this radio going to be sensing? So when you have this meter right here for battery, it's going to step up and down, and by what increment do you want it to step? And do you want the cursor to blink? S meter on. Some of these don't go on at the same time, guys, so you'll have to read the instructions when they come out. S meter step and custom splash. Remember we talked about the custom splash before? Well, at some point in the firmware, you're going to be able to set that. I don't know how to set that yet. And clock on and delimiter. What's it going to be? Backlight on or off. AGC on or off. Factory reset. Let's back out of the other. Alignment. I have no clue right now, guys, how to align this radio. The instructions haven't come out, but I'll let you see what the menu says. 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, 7.8, 7.9, 7.10, 7.11, 7.12, and back to 7.1. So we're gonna back out of this. Test equipment. You incorporate several methods for testing your radio, testing other equipment. Again, there are limitations on this, and there are definite different ways to set these things up. So voltage, RF power, audio channel 1, audio channel 2, frequency, signal generator, comes in handy sometimes. And back to presets. So we talked about this button, this button, this button. So this button, one press allows you to go from VFO A to VFO B, then VFO B to A and B together, and then back to A. If you double click, having a problem with my double clicks today. You're able to pull up your presets, and then you can send your presets. Let's see, we'll go to B and then double click, and I'll send that preset to B. This allows you to swap A and B, I believe. This button allows you to tune. So let's just go to 100, because I'm not a human calculator. I really am not. Just for grins and giggles, we'll go to 100. And if we single press the tune button, you can see the cursor moving. So now it's under 99, 150, 101.50, 102.50, 103.50. Then press it again. Let's go to 10.103 and change the cursor. So it's at 10.103, 104, 105, 106, 107. Go back to 103. Press this again for tune rate, and we go from 103 to 103.50, 103.50 to 104, 104.50 to 105. So press it again, and it just changes. Again. A long press pulls up your messages, and I believe another press will transmit which message, preset message you've chosen. So there it is, guys. I hope I've been able to put a better light, no pun intended, on this radio and its display and its use. See you next time.